Welcome to Super Chevy Brothers Podcast. This is episode 146, possibly. I have to double check that because in my mind, we're at like 48, 47, 49. But documentation says 46 for the moment. This is episode
146.
August 18th.
Yeah, why don't you believe it?
20. It didn't feel right. That's all. It just did not feel right.
Well, sometimes our feelings are wrong.
Feelings.
Yeah, sometimes feelings are wrong.
Nothing more than... Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. What have you guys been up to this week?
Oh. Lots
Go
of
ahead.
hard work. I've just been working hard, getting ready to take a vacation. I've been sitting here all summer. It's too hot. It's time to just move on, go somewhere. So that's it. Just working really hard. Something happened. I'll think about it. I did see a nice movie. I don't know about nice, a movie. And we will talk about that later. So fantastic week. It's over and another one's about to begin.
Okay.
Yeah,
I saw.
I played a lot of 2XKO. That's what I did. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, I played a lot of that. That was really fun. Watched that Cyrax trailer about 10 times. I've slept a few times since then too, I think. Yeah, no, but it's all been good. We recently started melting our brains with Love After Lockup. Those are some of the dumbest people I've seen on earth. It's
Love
so
After. Is that the one where people leave prison and then scam people into?
No, that's not at all what happens. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Sometimes the people picking them up are the scammers. Like half the time. It's people who it's people who start talking to the person either right before they went to prison, or they literally or the people who go to those inmate dating websites. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, the prisoner probably is going to be the bad one, right? Oh no. Sometimes it's like, oh no, I feel bad for you.
I've seen
there's one right now we're watching where a girl got engaged to a guy in prison, but then she got tired of waiting, so she went and picked up another guy in prison. Didn't tell him about the other guy. So her second guy got out of prison first, and
she was hedging her bets.
Picked him up and started living with him. But she's like, I don't know, I'm already engaged to the other guy. I don't know what to do. She kept saying it like it was like a problem she didn't create herself. But yeah, I was like, dang, I feel bad for both of the guys.
Okay.
Both getting
So
double timed. It's crazy.
on that show, everyone I've seen, when it's like a guy who's out of prison or not in prison and a woman who is in prison, usually that lady is running that. It's like the biggest simp juice ever. It's like these. I saw one.
I think it's mostly like that, but it's the other way around. I don't know, especially when it's a I don't know. The dudes get run no matter what. I feel like it doesn't matter either way. It could be a prisoner or the guy themselves. There's
they
watched where,
oh my god,
where the guy literally didn't he didn't just tell the girl he doesn't have that much money. He just kept telling her, "Oh, I'll pay for everything. I'll pay for everything." He literally made himself bankrupt, getting into massive amounts of debt. Didn't tell her he didn't have any money. And as soon as she told him, she said, "Oh, well then you lied to me. We're done. I'm not doing this anymore." And he was shocked for some reason.
Well, there was one.
That's what you told her. You told her you're going to pay for everything. What did you expect?
I saw one where he wait for the woman to get out of prison. She's got a daughter or something. He's paying for
that's
everything.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
But still,
he's an idiot.
I mean,
he was a loser. He was a loser. That's the thing about.
Okay.
That's the thing about all these people. I don't feel bad for them at all because it's
I feel bad for them.
It's self-afflicted loserdom.
I feel bad.
The problem. Is it's at any point you could turn around. But no, he's no, because it's oh, I don't think no, you're weird, okay? You see that you don't think anybody out here wants you, so you go find somebody that is in the worst place in the world.
In the worst place in
in prison.
Love.
And then you wonder why this happened to one guy. After you get married, she steals your car. She's 5 hours late to your wedding because she was smoking crack. And then she steals your car afterwards, and you don't see her again. And guess what? She goes back to prison for 4 months. That's literally what happened to one guy.
This makes me it
come on.
links up to. This is like buying stuff from Timu and Alibaba, and like you could have got to
they're the best.
You could have got the regular site.
I just gotta say,
got like
you're
Amazon, something you know is gonna work.
You're a sick person if you seek out people from prison. Like, okay, because there's a couple of them, right, where I was like, no. There's a couple of them, right? That get it. It's like, oh, okay, like you were with him before he went in. Are you trying to like stay with him, or vice versa? Like, oh, she went in, so you're trying to like pick her up after, which is very few and far between. There's only like one or two people like that. Everybody else is some weirdo who went on to one of those inmate dating websites and tried to date an inmate. And it's like, y'all are weird. You're weird.
No, it's not weird. It's they want to.
Hold on.
They want to.
Weird.
They want to captive.
Mom, stop. That's
let her
finish.
That's
let her
weird.
finish. Let her
I
finish.
know. I
That's
don't get to
weird.
say anything.
Let
So
her finish what she's saying.
they don't want somebody who's going to go out on them because they're kind of confined, right? And they don't have a lot of options unless they have other ways of going.
Yeah, that's controlling and weird.
And ultimately, well, they can devote a lot of attention to him. They can write letters all day. They can just think about him in their cot, when they're in the yard and all that. But it just comes down to one thing. Feelings.
Okay. Remember to talk into your mic so your jokes hit.
Nothing more than
so that has been
feelings.
super entertaining to watch. We were talking about it before. The Olympics ended, but that was fun as well. It was fun watching the Olympics. But no, very much very, very fun watching Love After Lockup. It's one of those things where like, because I think 90 Day, I kind of feel like this about that show too. It's like, wow, this is such an evil thing to like document, right? But like I'm glad they are, because I feel like it also is like a good primer that like, these are people we also live around. You never know who you're walking into. You could be you could be walking up and talking to some weirdo that's said, I'm going into the debt because I'm sending some girl in prison on my money. She's so pretty, no other woman would like me. Like, nah, bro, I'm done.
Yeah, it just makes the show kind of makes. I've seen parts of it. Makes me sad, like for everyone involved, not the criminals, because typically they kind of accept the world around them and what they've done, and like, this is it. This is how I am.
Well, that's the thing is the criminals are the most interesting people, because some of them are really trying to get their life back on track. Like one guy went in, his girl. He was actually dating this girl before he went in. Like they were dating for like over a year. He came back after like 4 years. And she immediately wanted to get married, which that's the crazy thing. A lot of these people want to get married immediately after the person gets out of prison, right? That's the first thing they want to do. They're like, we need to get married right now. And he was kind of pissed because he's like, I gotta go to this halfway house. I gotta like get my life together. He's like, yes, I agree. We are together in a relationship. He's like, can the marriage wait?
Is that the black dude with the long hair?
No.
Oh, okay.
This could be, yeah. So this is a white guy. So, but his girl was getting like mad. She's like, oh, he's been scamming me basically. Oh, he doesn't love me. Why doesn't he want to get married right now? Dude, he just got out of prison. Like half the time I'm like, why are these people up their asses when they're like literally they'll walk out of the door?
That happens
like,
in
with
prison.
with all the stuff that they have that they came in with. And then, oh, is that a rape joke? Good job, Mom. Yeah.
No. Not necessarily.
the
It's
thing,
not always that way.
Not necessarily. It was a
but
rape
my
joke. So,
point was.
But yeah, like, I mean, I just don't get why they're trying to rush them into something when,
Well, it's
I'm
sort
sorry,
of-
they were basically in hell and they had to become a demon to survive.
Okay, but it's all
And you want
also.
them to get married?
Well, that's one way to look at it. But another way to look at it is you've been in prison. Don't you want to be with me? I mean, think about it. You're locked away for so long. You
Once
haven't
again,
had a woman.
selfish and self-obsessed.
Not selfish and self-obsessed.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Yeah,
Especially
I get it.
if they're waiting for each other. So,
well, that's the thing. You haven't even met this person yet. Like, that's the thing. Most of them haven't even seen them physically yet until they get
they
out
don't
of
go
prison.
and visit.
And then, no, some of them don't. Some of them straight up don't visit, or they've only visited like once. So, like, they're meeting them for the first time, and they're trying to rush them into the courthouse and stuff. And the other person's like, "What's a cell phone?" Like, literally, there'll be several times somebody hands them an iPhone, and they're like, "What is this?"
Oh, they've been.
But then you want them to go get
while.
married. They gotta get, bro. They gotta get a grip on life, bro. Like I don't know. That's the thing that always makes me laugh. And it's usually the guys are more chill about it. It's usually the women though. They're like, we need to get married right now. We need to get married right now. Like, what are we doing? We need to get married right now. and the guy's like, I don't know what the sun looks like.
Well, I know my turn already passed, but I've been watching and just started yesterday. Average Joe. That's a
That sounds like a
BET
2000
show.
sitcom.
No. It's new. It's with that
It's
Dion
a BET
guy.
show?
It's a BET
Oh,
show.
hell no, sir.
Which I didn't know that, but who's that comedian from Blackish? Remember his friend at work? Blackish, the really silly Dion.
Dion, yeah, that's
Black
not
guy
where he's
with
from.
glasses.
That's kind of disrespectful. But
Do what?
That
he's
is
not
what
the-
it.
he-
That's
Dion
his name.
Cole. Yeah, that's
Dion
not
Cole.
who he's known for. No, I'm saying that's not
that's
what
what
he's
I know
known
him
for,
from.
But
Is Blackish. He's a
he's in, like,
stupid
barbershop
friend.
and stuff. Like he's been
He
around
wasn't
for a
good in
while,
that.
but yeah.
He was actually good in Blackish.
You not liking the movies is different from him being good in them.
He
or not.
sucked.
Anyway, okay, tell us about
So
the show.
Average Joe it's new. It's not old, and it's fairly new within the last year. And I never paid any attention because it looks stupid. You know, they have a picture up there, and it's like that doesn't look interesting. So I ran out of stuff to look at, and I opened it up to see what it was before I started getting involved. And it's actually pretty stupid, but it's interesting. And it's like a thriller, little intrigue in there. There's lots of blood and death and, stupid teenagers. But it's interesting. Stupid teenager.
Okay.
So I recommend you check it out.
What do I have to like subscribe to BET to watch a show? or
Well,
what?
you don't. When
Where's
you
the
have
show?
a special thing.
It's on Netflix. Oh my god.
It's on
BET.
Netflix through BET.
When you have a
It
special thing,
is a
Mom-
BET
Mom's trying to out
show.
herself.
It's
It's
a
on-
BET show.
Okay.
How's that? It's produced by BET.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting us know what kind of, I guess, what that is. You know what I did?
No.
No,
I watched TV too.
It's hot.
What?
It's hot.
What's hot?
Outside, it's like 103. You got to do something.
Oh my! It's hit you. It's hit you. The age has hit you. What does that have to do with anything that I just said?
You watch TV.
And you said it's hot outside. Now I sent mom
There's
this
a
video.
reason.
I sent mom this video. Okay, it's a pilot for a TV show on Adult Swim. It's called Egg City.
My gosh.
And now whatever, it's exactly what it's like to be around older people. It's like
you suck.
you just did
That's
it.
funny.
You just did the thing.
It's
I'm
hot
not going to
outside.
say anything else.
You're not that far gone, but
No, don't try to pull it back.
you're not that far gone, but it's pretty close to what
That's
it's
why
like
you
being-
sent me that thing.
Because it's hilarious. I thought you find it funny. You do find it funny. You just don't
Yeah,
like.
because Dad and I sit on the chairs and recline back. Okay.
No, 100% recline where you're like
Yes.
your head is touching the ground. Yeah, that's.
No.
I don't know what I did.
Oh my.
Anyway. And I'll send it to you, Biko. Anyway, besides that,
It's
I watched the
mean.
new Batman show, Cape Crusader. It's okay. It's pretty. It's a little different. It's like the animated show, the
Oh my
original.
gosh. It's
What's the
Batman.
problem?
Mom, it's showing her cards here. It's the.
It's Batman.
It's like the old animated show. Like it's a lot like the old animated show. It's not as exciting though. There's not as many.
Because you know what's going to happen. It's Batman.
No, it's pretty okay. Narratively, it's pretty good. Like they spend a lot of time on, like there's really not that much Batman in it, unfortunately. But it's like set in the 1950s, like the original Batman with his old costume, and all the characters a little reimagined. And I mean, they kill people, and the children get set on fire. It's pretty good, but it's just not enough Batman. It's kind of like Batman light in the show. So hopefully it gets better. I've only watched like 3 or 4 episodes, But the 4 I've watched, the villains are pretty good. It's just there's not enough Batman. And the narrative's good. It's like a regular TV show, but it's drawn.
So an animated show.
No, because like when you watch an animated show and a regular drama or something, the pacing's different. The shot. This one is like the pacing is. It's like a drama. It's kind of slow. Like they a lot of characters talking about what they're doing and all that stuff. There are 2 bad cops in the show. A lot of it's about the bad cops. There's just not enough Batman. I think Batman's had like 6 lines in 4 episodes or something. Outside of that, he's, being Batman.
You basically just said what Mom says. It's Batman.
It's Batman.
Batman's Batman.
No, but I have been thinking about watching that show though. I did see it on Amazon the other day, and I was like, oh, that looks like cool. I didn't know it was hardcore
I saw
like
it.
that. Yeah, no.
I just clicked past.
Yeah, like you did. What's the show I introduced you to that you hate loving it, but it's just hilarious? What's that show? I think you should leave. Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
Oh, that show's
that is
great.
so ridiculous.
It's a great show.
It has its moments.
It does, but now it's time. I hope you have a movie today.
This is Mom's Movie Corner, starring Mom.
Well, welcome to Mom's Movie Review. I have one for you this week that I really was looking forward to this movie. Although I criticize M. Night Shyamalan a lot, I so admire... What's that movie? Seeing Dead People?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
That one. And it's just, to me, like his best ever movie. So I'm always looking forward to seeing another one. But I shy away because I don't want to be disappointed again. Well, this week I saw his latest release, Trap. And damn it, I should have just waited because once again, I was disappointed. We have Josh Hartnett, who came out of nowhere. Josh Hartnett hasn't starred in a movie probably in 15 years. I don't know how many. But he dug him out to star in this movie. M. Night Shyamalan, sorry, but here's a spoiler. He pulls Alfred Hitchcock and shows up in his own movie. Why, I don't know. Salika is Lady Raven, and Ariel Donahue is the daughter, Riley. Allison Pill is Rachel. Haley Mills is the FBI agent. And Cooper is the name for Josh Hartnett. So,
can I say he's in almost all of his movies, actually.
Who?
M. Night. He appears in, I think,
I said he's pulling a Hitchcock.
I know, but he almost always does that. He's like Stan Lee of his own
yeah,
universe.
we could do without, because it's not like he has great acting or visibility or whatever.
Like Quentin Tarantino.
Same thing. They're just ridiculous. Stay behind the camera. You're good. Well, he's not even good there. At any rate, if you saw the previews at all, you know that there's a hunt for a serial killer. And it starts and stays mainly in the concert hall. And the previews kind of give it away, which is they're hunting for Josh Hartnett or Cooper. And he's taking his daughter to this big concert, the Raven concert. And everything is set up to capture him, but they don't know him. They just know he's there because they found some evidence that he would be there. So now that we know what this is all about, it's the whole chase of finding him and how they go about doing it and all the work they put into it and how many times he's, narrowly escaping, which is none. The movie, I don't know if he'd wake up in the middle of the night. It was written by M. Night Shyamalan. He'd wake up in the middle of the night and say, "Oh, let's do this." Because half of it didn't make sense. It started out really interesting. The manhunt was on. It got really great. And you know how you want to have the character do something really crazy and taunt the police? Okay, so you can do that without being foolish and stupid. There were some moves made here that made absolutely no sense. And it's like, why would a vendor at a concert take you into the bowels of the arena to get to his stash? Things like that made no sense whatsoever. It was crappy. I threw my popcorn on the floor. And I threw my drink up in the stands, probably hit a few people. I wanted to walk out, but I couldn't because there was one last scene at the end. So don't walk out immediately. I do not recommend this movie unless maybe you're at home, you have a couple of drinks, a couple of smokes, whatever you do. And then it might be interesting. I give it 1 box of popcorn thrown down the stairs and a drink thrown up in the stands. And that's my review.
All right. So not watching that one. I wanted to watch it. I did hear it. I did see the trailers, but I did also heard it was terrible.
The best part of that movie was the trailers.
Well, people said don't trap yourself in the theater to watch this movie because it is a waste of your time.
Okay,
so.
I should have had a clue when bought tickets.
And no one was there.
And it was the small theater, okay?
Oh, like the one all the way at the end next
to the tiny theater,
yeah. Next to the kitchens that they don't use anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you just how much I didn't like it. I had made a nice little artistic presentation, and I just threw it down and stopped working on it.
Wow.
But I can give a little acapella if you like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Let's listen.
Oh, okay.
Just
right.
make it like 30
it's very
seconds
short.
max. We spent so much time on lockouts and
it's 8 seconds because I just threw it down.
Okay.
All right. So if any of you are familiar with the great late Elvis Presley, it's based on one of his songs, Suspicious Minds, okay? I just saw the trap. Should have walked out. But I'd already paid on the app. Why can't I go on watching M. Night's Entertainment? Because the crap he's written's hard to watch. That's enough. I had to stop.
Okay.
It was just horrible. So don't waste your time.
I saw Minions
like you were just
3.
mad at him.
Or Despicable Me 3. So.
I am mad at him.
Isn't the 4th one out?
Yes, the 4th one. But I saw that one too. I can give you a better review on that.
No. It's okay.
But I'm disappointed. I'm upset with M. Night because his daughter made a better movie. Watchers.
And that was just okay. It wasn't like it wasn't.
It was
Sense.
okay.
It wasn't. You know.
For a first movie, it was good. But jeez, M. Night, stop. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems like you're really mad at the boy. Dang, that's crazy.
Well, I mean, it's a bad movie. It feels bad to like waste your time, go to a theater and watch a bad movie today because movie tickets aren't like $4 anymore, you know?
That's right.
when it was like the cheapo movie. I mean, we still have the cheapo movies, but like when the movies were like, you're paying a couple bucks, you might even spend a whole day. You'll watch like 2 bad movies and 3 good ones. You're fine, but not when you're using your free movie pass tickets.
Yeah. An hour and 45 minutes of my time wasted. I could have seen Alien again.
You saw Alien?
How many aliens have we had? I've seen them all.
I mean the new.
It's kind of like
Alien.
Batman, Trevara. Come on, what's it gonna do?
I mean,
surprise you?
If that's the case, then nothing should have a sequel. Then.
Amen. Get creative. That's what artists do.
This is Mom's Movie Corner, starring
Mom.
Also, Mom, I did not know sending you Eggland was going to offend you. Okay, I did not mean to do that.
You were making fun of me.
I wasn't making fun of you. It's like, okay, if I sent you like a Richard Pryor special, he's not making fun of black people. It's just like, yeah, it's like it's laughing at yourself sometimes.
True.
Yeah.
But you sent me this old people thing. Biko, you tell me if he's making fun of me.
I'm not making fun of you. I thought it's just a laugh at yourself kind of thing. You're not even this type of old. First of all,
wait,
you're not
how
white.
would I laugh at myself if it's not about me?
Because some of it is like the reclining in the chair and the getting upset at stuff like the ketchup thing. I absolutely could see you. It wouldn't be ketchup. It would be something else. But at a restaurant that you've been to before.
The part that offended me is that she is absolutely bat crap out of it.
Well, I don't see you as more the lady as much as both you and Dad are
the man. Okay,
man.
Thank you very much.
Because when they get to the plate, there's a part where they're at the club, the like country club, and the waiter's coming, and he's like, "Look at here comes that dumb mother." Like that's you guys. That's you guys going to the same restaurant over and over again to complain because
Let's move on.
Biko, you gotta watch it. I just sent it to you. Okay,
Yeah,
watch
I'll watch
that.
it. I'll watch it.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Okay, so usually after that we do the news. We should interview people. We should have other stuff. I have a quiz for you, but actually I think some of the questions are too hard, so I'm gonna wait till next week. Okay, okay with you guys.
Damn. Okay.
I
They're
won't
too
be
hard?
here next week. We can go
What's
for
going
it.
on?
I'm going on vacation.
For the
Again.
birthday.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, some of us are born at a certain time of the year.
So you don't want to do
I didn't
a
realize.
international podcast?
What? No. God knows what that would cost.
What do you mean? What it
I'd
would
rather
cost?
contribute to the fund than. Well, it costs to use like phone stuff.
Wi-Fi?
Unless you want me to.
It's Wi-Fi, baby.
It's
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. Okay.
If you want, you don't have to.
I might even have some photos for you or something. Some video.
Well, I mean, we haven't live streamed in a very long time. So.
I know. They're not going to recognize us anymore.
All right, it's time for news. Now, this week has a lot of news. We don't talk about all the news in gaming. We usually hit the big stuffs, or the stuff we care about. And that's all that's important, So today, we've got a quick splattering of news for you. Biko, I'm going to let you start. What do you want to talk about here?
So yeah, well, we have the news stuff that's in the document, but I did want to talk about something that does end today, so it'll be relevant because people will be talking about it. 2XKO For people who don't know, it's Riot, the people who make League of Legends. What's the other one? The shooter one.
Yeah, that one.
The Counter-Strike clone thing. So they're like, listen, we gotta have another hit on our hands. There's no other option that we have. We have to go for fighting games. So, it's been in development for a while. We've been seeing trailers for a bit. The game's gone through some changes, but now people actually get to play it. And it's something that's not like a FGC event. So 2XKO Alpha Lab test was actually started last Friday. And it ends today, this Sunday. So it ran for quite a bit. I got invited. I got my invite to it because invite only if you signed up to like get the invite. I got my invite like a few days into the test. I think on Monday they released a bunch of codes. They gave a bunch of different influencers and stuff, like hundreds of codes too, to just give to people. Like if you click the link, you got a code basically. So it's a lot of people were able to play it, right? Like it's not like super exclusive. So they're trying to stress test the servers. They're trying to see how the net play works, stuff like that. So I got to play it for a bit. I've put at least like 10, 12 hours into it. It's really good. For people who don't know, it's a tag game. So think like the original Marvel vs. Capcom, not 3 team members, but 1. And yeah, I think like a good combination of that and like the new DBZ, right? As far as like how assists work, how easy it is to kind of switch those things out. You can switch a character out and then take control of them after they've done their assist. You can use these different modifiers to kind of change how assists work. But yeah, no, it's really easy to get into. I think it's easier for you to get into if you've played fighting games before. It's not hard because first of all, they took away motion inputs. Motion inputs just aren't there. They're gone. So there's just 2 special buttons, and then you press those in a direction to do the special, which does lend to making combos a lot easier to do and stuff like that. But the gameplay itself is at the moment really unbalanced, only because like they did say that they increase damage so that people can get more games in, because that's not entirely what they're trying to do so far. They're really trying to get data basically. So I played a lot of casual matches after I practiced for a little bit, did the tutorial. Tutorial's very bare bones though, which kind of sucks, but the game's really fun. My 2 favorite characters so far are Alawi, the lady with the pot with the tentacles and stuff, and then Echo, the guy with the dreadlocks who rewinds time and everything.
Okay, can I look? Yeah. I'm not a League guy. Okay, I've seen it. I appreciate.
I'm not either.
What it means.
I've downloaded it and never played it.
Is there any way for a person like me, like when I think of like the fighting games I play, I've been playing them for as long as I can remember, so I know like the lores and the characters and why they appeal to me. How do I get into a League character with tentacles in a pot? Like, what's going to draw a person like me into this game?
So here's the thing about League and Riot games in general. The lore is not in the game itself. Like, it is, but it's not. There's no story mode or anything like that, so that's not really going to matter. I think the characters stand out on their own because of their play styles, not necessarily who they are design-wise. I do like their designs if you're playing with them for a while, but, like, I gravitated towards them because of what they can do. Like, Alawi is like a brawler that kind of controls space really well too, because she can zone with her tentacles. She has like this decent amount of reach. If you hit somebody with a specific type of one of the attacks, it like puts a tentacle on the ground, which can like help you relaunch them and do air combos and stuff like that. Echo, his rewind feature can be used to do like these insane like wall bounce combos and stuff. He has this projectile that like kind of keeps the other person out. Like there's the play styles themselves, I feel like, matter a lot more than like the aesthetics of the character, to me at least, because it's so unique. It's kind of, I like how every character plays, because I played around with everybody. Those are just 2 of my favorite ones. Ari, the fox girl, she's really fun too. She's super fun. She plays like an anime fighter character more than any of the other characters in my opinion, because she does a lot of like air dashes.
How many characters in the beta?
Mix-ups. There are, man, I need to count. Okay, but I'll Google it real quick, because I can name them. So there's Echo, Ari, Alawi, the samurai dude, I forgot what his name is.
Probably you.
Darius, which is the guy with the huge
Darius
axe.
Black?
No, Shavar, Darius is not black.
Oh, okay. This game is actually using new ideas.
You're so funny. Yeah, so the characters that are in the beta are Yasuo, Alawi, Echo, Darius, and Ari. That's who's in the actual beta. I mean the alpha, sorry. And on top of that we have I forgot what his name is. They added this character recently. He actually just got his like his trailer and everything. But it's the guy with the huge shield, the guy with the gigantic shield. He's also like the first time a lot of people get to play him was this alpha, and everybody plays like way different. Like I would say like if you have a specific play style, you'll know who you're gonna like, right? Like Yasuo has a lot of different like stance change stuff, but he has like insanely long combos that you can do. That leads like to TODs. Everybody can have a TOD, right? The shield guy, he kind of set his assist, he like throws the shield out, which you can like do attacks behind it, and you can kind of do like crazy mix-ups. You jump over them while the shield's out. You kind of create a wall there. It's really cool. So I feel like that's the thing about me, right? I don't like League of Legends. I don't like it. I've even like tried to watch people play it in real life. Did not understand it. I didn't get why it was fun. I've played MOBAs before too. I just didn't get it. But this game, on the other hand, is a fighting game, and I like it a lot. It's really good. If League of Legends was a fighting game in the first place, this would have been right at my alley. So,
do you think it will get, first of all, League people to play, and then new people play? Because I feel like the whole point of it being a League fighting game,
Braum, that's the guy's name, by the way,
is to get non-regular fighting game people to play. Do you think it's going to do that, or is it still?
So it's already doing it because
definitely
it's already doing it because I've seen like some big League players playing and stuff like that, just on Twitter and stuff. I think so because it is accessible. Like I feel like there's a lot of people complaining right now saying, "Oh, things are too hard," blah 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 blah. I just think it needs a better tutorial because there's some things that the game really doesn't explain very well. Like for instance, there's different modifiers you can put on each team. It's like one's the pulse modifier, which is the auto combo modifier basically. And the game always recommends you to use that one, but the thing is you're supposed to eventually stop using that one so that you can learn how to combo yourself. But to me, the game doesn't actually tell you how to do that. The full game might do that. The Alpha Lab doesn't tell you. And the only reason I know how to combo in this game is because I've played Tag Fighters, and as we all know, if you played those games, the combos are just light, medium, heavy, or heavy, medium, light, like a version of that.
Also,
like it's not
known as the magic sequence.
The magic series, yes, the magic series. So I knew that because I played a lot of these games. The game does not tell you that, and it also doesn't tell you that, for instance, like down and forward and heavy punch is your launcher, down and heavy punch is your anti-air move. It doesn't tell you any of these things. I had to figure these things out just going in training mode and playing around. So hopefully the full game has more of that tutorial stuff. I feel like that's the problem, is people are expecting this to be like which I think they should have thought about this before they released it, but I think people expected this to be like a good preview of like what casual players can expect from the game. And it's not, because it gives you like one tutorial that throws you in the casuals. And from the fact that I went on like a 15 game win streak, I think people were just going into it blind and getting cooked, which I feel like that would discourage me too, right? Yeah. So I've seen, and that's the thing. There's a lot of FGC demons playing it right now too. They've been holding tournaments and everything too. So it kind of depends who you run into if you even are able to actually like play the game, right? So like I'm pretty decent at fighting games. I had a great time. I'm going to play some more after this podcast too. But it is like one of those things where I'm like, I think this needs a better casual representation, because casuals need a way to like learn combos, learn how those things work. Because I was doing things, I remember like playing people online, I would see them watch me do something and then try to emulate it, because they were like, oh, that's how he did the air combo, because they're trying not to do auto combos anymore. And then they do like a version of what I did, and it's because people are trying to like feel it out. But I think that's what's cool, is that the games go quick. You still feel like you're doing something. Like there's something that, like, even if you know how to use special moves, that's enough, right? Like that barrier being taken away to me is already like a huge jump forward for like casuals. So
yeah, okay. Well, thanks for that.
Yeah, game's fun. Game's good. I'm looking forward to it more than I was before. I was not really excited for this game, but then I got the invite to the alpha, so I was like, okay, I'll test it out. And yeah, it's super good. I feel like if you like DBZ, if you like even like Guilty Gear and stuff like that, really if you like any tag game, in general, I think that this will be right up your alley, because it gets it all right. It just
you
can't wait to see what the full game's gonna be like.
You said you got an invitation. What's that about?
You have to, yeah. It was just they had a link go out a month ago, and you signed up to see if you get invited. So I didn't get invited for the first couple days, but then they released more invites on Sunday last week.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try it when it's available to try. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Runs great on PS5.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It looks good too. It looks.
I'll be more excited
if you thought it looked good in the trailers. It looks good
when it's really in front of me, and then I find a character I like, and because to me, that's what gets me to play a fighting game. I have to find like something. I gotta find my character. Like
you will. Dude, there's a lot of cool stuff in this game. I think that the play styles, you'll find something you like.
Maybe. Because what's that other game that came out for like the dungeon game? What is it?
DNF Duel.
Yeah, DNF Duel. The character I liked, the gameplay and the way they sucked, and then they just never got buffed, and it's like you're playing as a grappler who needs to be 2 feet away from everything, and then there's a guy with a sword that reaches halfway across the screen. So I'm just like, okay, well. I don't think I'm playing this one anymore. That's kind of how that one went. All right, well, thanks.
You got defeated.
No, it's just that the character's just not at all as good as any. It's like it's just not. It's like okay, it's just you're playing a different game. You're playing a different game when you play a character that needs to get all the way in, and every character they add to the game can literally hit you from full screen. It's just okay. That's not fun. Not anymore.
Round 2. Fight.
Speaking of more fighting games, Mom, did you see the Cyrax trailer?
No, I see you had it queued up. That's not it.
Yeah, so that's it. You can watch it. You can look use your face and look over there. And you can watch that. Okay.
That started out cool. Okay.
But anyway, Mortal Kombat released a trailer for their upcoming DLC, which is out next month. Mm-hmm. The expansion pack. This one's for Cyrax. I think it's looking good. I mean, I like
the look she has.
Yeah, sure. But I like my robots being robots. They're not robots, so I'm still trying to deal with that mentally. But outside of that,
they've been cyborgs before.
Well, I mean, they've always been cyborgs. I mean, they are cyborgs, but these are very human-like cyborg. They're more. I feel like they might not even be cyborgs. They might just
they're humans.
Mm-hmm. I think they're just wearing suits, which is fine. It's just outside of that,
I don't know. I don't think that's a suit. I think it is like I think they're.
She literally says in the trailer like, "You don't deserve that armor." Like, you're wearing it, so. That's why I think it's just a suit. But yeah, I think the character looks good. I like all the moves. It feels like there's a lot going on with the character.
I like that freezing thing.
Yep, that's Sub-Zero. I like that they added a new move to the Sub-Zero cameo. I hope they add more cameo moves. Yeah. It's looking good.
They've been doing that. I mean, Frost got a move when Takeda.
I like
came
the
out,
moves, the actual moves.
And Darius has had a lot of new moves. So
yeah, Darius
it's
has got
fluid.
A lot.
You know what I mean?
It is. Yeah, it is. It is very fluid. I still think.
That was.
I don't know. I still think like Takeda looks way faster than, but maybe that's just like the intention. I thought everything was gonna get a little faster.
I think people are overreacting. I feel like people are just ready to tear this game down. Not you specifically, because all I can hear people say is like, all I see people say is like, "Ah, man, like it looks so slow," and I'm like, "Well, I mean,
Predator.
We don't like I don't know. We'll see when it comes out, right? Like Takeda does look faster, quote unquote, but we just got to see what it looks like when it comes out. I think it's fine. So
yeah, I'm not saying it's slow. It's just not. I mean, Takeda is extremely fast. He's like the Chip Zan of
the Predator. That reminds me of the Predator. These cyborgs.
Yeah, that's what they're based on.
Mom. Yeah,
is that true?
Yeah.
Man, I'm good. I tell you what.
Yeah, when Mortal Kombat came out, the Predator is pretty popular.
Okay, because they disappear, they appear, they have the braids, the dreads.
Yeah, the dreads. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it looks good. I like the story mode, that aspect of it with Sub-Zero and Scorpion looks nice.
Very
The
nice.
stages look really good. I mean, the stages look really, really nice. I'm ready for new stages. So many of the stages are very bright and nice, which is fine, but like some of these look more dark, Mortal Kombat style. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, it looks good. Animalities, everything. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I thought I'd hear more backlash about the African accent because it's very.
I couldn't hear. I got headphones on.
I saw a couple things. It is funny though, because somebody did point out that in MK9 they did say in Cyrax's bio that he's Botswanan.
Yeah,
But,
he's African.
I did see. I
she's
saw
African
people
now.
being. I saw like
See.
one or two people be weird about it.
Yeah, I didn't
So,
see too much weirdness about it.
Should
think
there be? I mean, is that you're waiting for that?
Well, I think it.
Well,
yeah,
I'm not saying
but
he's not saying he doesn't want. He just wants there to be. It's just that people
Oh.
usually weird
It's
about
just
that stuff.
typically, especially with this game, typically people get like really
People,
culture
people
warish.
grow.
for some
People
reason.
grow. Even
What
gamers.
Did you like smoke some weed this morning? What's up with you today?
Feelings.
Okay, that's what you guys brought back from Jamaica. Okay. Yeah, I'm into it. I hope I'm into the story. I just want I don't have as much time to play as I did, but Cyrax looks like fun to play. So I'm into that. Sector, I'm more excited for. Sector is always easier to play to me. Like Sector is more straightforward in the way they play. Cyrax is more of like a tricky setup character. So I really want to see a Sector trailer or something, because I think I'll probably be more interested in trying Sector because it's Sector. But yeah, I think it's good. I'm starting to like the change to the women. The game is very man heavy when I think about it. Like there are female characters. There's Katana, Melina, Sindel.
Yeah,
Tanya.
mostly dudes though. Yeah.
I think I just named all of them right there, right? The 4.
Yeah, basically.
I mean,
Well, there's Tanya, Katana, Melina.
I said Tanya, Katana, Melina, Sindel.
Sindel.
The
the
other
that you
Asian,
play.
the Nitara,
The vampire one, yeah.
Nitara, and what's the other one? The cop, the Asian cop, Lee May.
Oh, Lee May.
So there's 6.
Asian cop. Okay, that's redundant. Like 95% of the cast. Is
I know
Asian.
95% of Asians are cops. I get it. I understand that, but
Wait, what?
that's what you were
Okay.
saying, right?
No, it's not even. A little
Anyway,
bit.
so there are like 6 women out of how many characters? 30 characters?
yeah,
or
it's a lot of
something?
characters.
Yeah, a lot. So it's kind of nice to have more like difference in there. But yeah, I think people didn't like the fatality. I thought it's short and sweet, but I thought it was fine. Yeah,
It
I'm just waiting
exploded
for
at
the
the
expansion to come
I feel
out.
like that's
I
the
want
only thing. I thought that was kind of.
Yeah,
like
like-
you just kick the head back.
like jump. I like the head off. She should have like put a bomb in it or something and then cooked it back. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of anticlimactic. It wasn't bad, but like, all right.
It wasn't bad. Yeah. I'm just looking forward to that UMK3 Sub-Zero look. Digging it. So we got to pre-order that. And I want to see how Noob plays. I think Noob and Conan are I'm looking forward to the most in the pack of new characters. So I just want to see how they play. Noob more because he's coming with the expansion. So yeah, I want to see how that goes.
I want to see Noob and I want to see Sector mainly.
Yeah, for sure. I see people excited to talk about how it's too expensive, the expansion, and it's too. I mean, it is what, $50?
60, I think. Well, yeah, close to 60, but yeah.
I think it's 50. But then when I look back at, didn't the MK11 one, wasn't that 40?
It was 40, yeah.
Okay.
It was less stuff though, I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but was that a PS5 game? No.
No, it was a PS4 game.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not too. The price is it's fine. I mean, you're getting fighters, and I'm fine with it. We'll see. It comes out soon. We got to pre-order it at some point so we don't miss out on all the cool goodies. But yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it'll be out next month. Yeah.
Okay. A lot of years.
And 3 times 1. What is it? 3! Yeah, that's a magic number.
All right. Now, this is one Mom picked. Everyone knows Mom's a very big fan of Grand Theft Auto. She gave her children the game to play when they were way underaged because she knew that there's nothing.
She needed this out of her
There's nothing
fucking
better
way.
for children. There's nothing better for a child's development than doing crime virtually and listening to Eminem.
I'd rather you do it virtually than in person.
True. So Grand Theft Auto 6, we're on now. Still on track for 2025. Not delayed, even though we have the leaks and all that stuff, which I think is good. I mean, a leak's a leak. You know, it sucks. You lose a lot of money for the promotion or whatever it is, but it's still on track, coming out. It still might get delayed. But how long will it be? If it's 2025, how long ago was Grand Theft Auto 5?
12 years ago? Well, it was 2013, I think.
Wow.
2012,
Okay.
I think. No, actually, yeah, 2013.
2013, yeah. So
Yeah, every 12 years.
it'll be 12 years. I think it's time.
Yeah, and
know.
then a new generation of virtual criminals can be harvested.
The only thing that's tripping me out about this is I saw somewhere that Rockstar released a little statement. This game's going to cost what? I think they said $2 billion.
Sure, but they made that like in 6 months last year. So I think I mean, their whole online thing is like, you know, you watch those dystopian movies about people always being online and hacking into or logging into a system and living their lives. That kind of is what Grand Theft Auto Live or online is. Like, people spend so much money and time in it, and they make so much money just from that. Like, since then, they put out Red Dead Redemption. I think they've released one game since 5, and they're just raking millions and millions and millions of dollars by just, you know, keeping this one thing on and open and going. So yeah, $2 billion, no problem. Also, but how are you using $2 billion on this game? I don't understand that.
How are you getting it back?
Like, what
They'll
is
get
this?
it back.
Well, they're gonna make it back. That's what
Yeah.
that's the first thing Shabara said.
They're not going to charge the usual 60,
No, they'll charge the
70.
usual.
They're
No,
gonna
they'll charge
no.
the usual. That's not. Yes, they will.
They're
That's
talking
not how they
about
make money,
charging
Mom.
$80 a game.
Okay, you missed out on the first part where I said they make $2 billion every 6 months. They're on Grand Theft Auto Online makes them so much money.
That they don't need anymore?
Probably they don't need anymore, but that's not what companies are for.
Yeah, I
They
don't
don't
think you know
want
how big this
anymore?
game is. It's arguably the biggest game of all time.
There is literally an article saying that they're going to go above and beyond the common price for games and potentially charge $80 a game.
Who says that?
Kotaku.
Like in an article? That's what
In an
Kotaku says?
article, yeah.
Okay.
It
Well,
says
we'll
that
see.
Grand Theft Auto 6 could be the first game to push past 70. This was published May 20th.
Okay, possibly. I don't think so. But even if it is, or if it does, yeah, I don't.
It said
wouldn't
it
be
didn't. The
I wouldn't be
$70 doesn't go over well with the gamers, but get ready because one of the few upcoming games that could possibly sell for $80.
Well, I think also that when you talk about the price of these things and what really upsets people, an $80 Grand Theft Auto, I honestly don't think people are going to freak out too much about because
they won't.
you know what
Nope.
you're getting. You're getting this huge thing with like Grand Theft Auto is a lifestyle. And I think it's the same. I think what gets people is like, I spent $60 last, or $70. What? How much a game is now? Whatever.
70.
I spent that last year on FIFA, and now 8 months later, you're telling me to buy it again for the same price when nothing's changed. I think that's the issue. It's like, you have FIFAs and Call of Duties coming out every year asking for the same price. Like, that's too much. You have, I think even if like a Street Fighter came out at $70 or something, it's fine. You only get one every 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, I think it just depends on what kind of game you're getting.
So,
If you're unestablished and no one knows what this is, and it's the first game ever of all time,
true.
like, I don't see how anyone's going to want to pay $60, $70. Like the new Wukong game, right? How much is that? Black Myth
I think it's
Wukong.
70.
70 probably. But what is the game
60.
about?
It's 60.
What is the Grand Theft?
It was
They're on a
60.
rooftop.
Well, 60 on Steam. Yeah.
They're not
Oh,
even
60
on the
PlayStation, too.
streets
Okay.
stealing cars. They're on a rooftop. What's happening here?
Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mom,
I'm sorry.
Mom, don't
You-
ever ask Shavar if he's making fun of you again. Don't do that.
Ask
Okay.
them what?
So, Grand Theft Auto, okay? Originally, it was you just be thugging out, robbing cars, shooting
Yeah.
people, picking up hookers.
I remember.
It's evolved past. I mean, yeah, you can do that basic low level crime.
Okay,
You also
Hackers? You didn't tell me that part.
you also rob banks if you want. You also work with government agencies sometimes.
So
Like,
you
we do
also
a lot
go
of
to pool parties on the roof. That's what
Yeah,
they're showing?
yeah, you can. You can also
Okay.
go to pool parties on roofs and twerk on cars, and dive out of planes. You can do it. It's Grand Theft Auto. You can do anything.
What does that have to do with auto theft?
It's just the name of the game.
Oh.
Things evolve.
Okay.
You ever see The Matrix? That first one? And then
I've
the last
seen
one?
them all. Yes.
And then the last one? They're not really the same thing because they changed.
But it's the same idea.
Robbing stuff, yeah. And Grand Theft Auto is also robbing things.
Okay. I'll have to see it.
Yeah. Or you can be like a really nice guy and reluctantly rob things, but you have to get through the game by robbing. Okay.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
All right. So Disney. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I lost my page. Anyone who has Disney, you might want to reconsider having Disney. They're kind of getting wild here. So they increased their prices already. And they're like, we lost a few customers, but the ones that stayed with the price increase make up for it, which is true. With the price increases that they're doing, they'd have to lose something like 40% of their base in order for them to lose money from it, which isn't going to happen because most people just pay their thing and they move on. What was at one point, like, how much was it a year? 50?
69. Originally.
$69 a year now is $150 a year.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
a
that's
discounted
crazy.
price for paying per year. Like if you were to pay per month, like I think you're at like
$16.99. It more than doubled, you know?
Yeah. Which is crazy, but they're gonna go up again. Okay, so back then it was $7 a month. Now it's $16. They're gonna go up again because they know they're gonna make more money. But also, apparently in that contract, did you hear about the lady who died on the ride? And then their family tried to sue, but they said you bought Disney Plus, and in the Disney Plus contract, you agreed not to pursue any litigation against
Oh,
us if you
wow.
die in the park. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so don't buy unless maybe you don't plan on dying at Disney. If that's the case, you're fine. But if
I'm
it might
not going
happen
on
to
that
you,
ride.
if it might happen to you, you need to drop that Disney Plus subscription immediately so you can get your wrongful death lawsuit.
Or if you plan to push anyone. Did I say that? It's the Grand Theft
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
lingering in my mind. Sorry.
She's on a roll today.
Anyway, Disney's getting expensive. It's like the worst streaming service. They have to. It's like they're taking your money. They might kill you, and they won't let you sue them for it. At least Netflix gives you games, you know?
Ho, ho, ho! I've got 5 good reasons for you to shut up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5!
Okay, so we've got Valve. Valve's yet to be announced multiplayer game has thousands of players on Steam, apparently. This is a headline from Kotaku. I didn't read this one. You got information on this, Pico?
Which one is this one again?
Oh my god. Mom, did you add this one?
No.
Cool. So Deadlocked is a new. I was joking, y'all. Jesus Christ. Okay, so Deadlocked is a new shooter from Valve. But none of us really we're supposed to know that quite yet. Because instead of putting out NDAs or making it a private test, Valve just told people, please don't tell people. So yeah, so this game was not leaked, but it's been talked about a lot in the background for some years now. So it's not announced yet, but it has been in the works for a while. It's a multiplayer shooter. It was supposed to be set in the, Valve universe or whatever, but they kind of, tanked that stuff. But it's like an Overwatch shooter, basically, right? So something like that Blizzard game specifically, or like the new Marvel game coming out, right? So a lot of Steam users just got messages from Steam saying, hey, look, we have this new shooter. Do you want to play it? Up to 200,000 people have had access to it, right? And the thing is that it wasn't formally announced. They didn't say we're going to be sending out codes for this thing, right? This is supposed to be like private. So a journalist from The Verge ended up writing an article about the game and talking about it and discussing it and saying, yeah, these test invites are going out and this is how the game plays. After he wrote that, Valve banned him from the game because they said that he violated the agreement. So here's the thing. There's no NDA. There's nothing saying that you can't talk about the game. They even have a forum where they say you can talk about the game here with other people who can play the game, but you can't post footage. You can't take screenshots. You can't tell anybody anything about it outside of this forum. But none of that's legally binding because all it is that there's an agreement that pops up when you open it that says, check this box to agree to not talk about the game. And the journalist skipped the box. He just pressed the Windows key or something and then brought the window back up and then he was able to play the game without checking that box. So a lot of people, this is like a thing kind of surrounding this. A lot of people were kind of laughing because they're like, yeah, that's kind of stupid. They didn't actually send it, because usually when testing things like this happen, they do send NDAs out. They do send a lot of codes out, right? Like it's not like it's like a small amount of people, but usually they have an NDA or they tell people just don't talk about it, right? But in this case, they literally just mass sent it to a lot of people who have the Steam app and have played games like this and told them, hey, but just don't talk about it, So yeah, the game's out. I had a few people I saw giving out codes because in order to give away a code, you have to have a code yourself, and that's kind of how they've let it spread out and let people play the game. But from what I've seen, people like it so far. I've seen a lot of footage that got taken down already of people posting it, telling people that the game is good, and that it does kind of scratch that Overwatch itch if you're not really feeling Overwatch right now. But we don't really see a lot of talk about the game because the only place you're allowed to talk about it is on the subreddit or with other players. You can't. Nobody's else really allowed to talk about it.
I mean, I guess it's fine. It's not even announced yet, so I get it.
I'll see if I can get a code. I might be able to get a code and play it, but yeah.
Okay, well, good for them, I guess. New game, super popular, no one knows what it is.
I thought it was interesting because people pointed out, usually when you have stuff like this, you have people sign something, just put a checkbox that's like, please don't talk about this. So
well, that's enough.
Yeah, I hope they learn their
checkbox. That's enough. You just want people to agree, and if they don't, you ban them. There you go. And they're not really that upset that people are talking about it. It's good for them. It's press.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought it was kind of funny they banned Homeboy for playing with. He invited a few of his friends too, and I think a few of them got banned as well. So
yeah, they're on the same code. So
it's silly.
Ho, ho, ho! I've got 5 good reasons.
No, not 6. I said 7. Nobody's coming up with 6. Who works out in 6 minutes? You won't even get your heart going, not even a mouse on a wheel.
Helldivers 2 promises players a better time after its most controversial update. When's the last time you played Helldivers, Pico?
It's been about a month or so. I was gonna ask you the same. When's the last time you cracked that thing open?
Probably been about the same. Last time I played, they had a really good update where they added like a new planet type. There's a big story change. They added some customizable helmets and things like that, which everyone's really happy about. And then I think a patch that happened like 2 or 3 weeks ago kind of nerfed a lot of stuff that was strong. And so this is a game, it's PvE, you're playing against the environment, not people really. But the game can get very, very hard. And so having things that are overpowered is not necessarily a horrible thing because the game is balanced to make you lose. Like the game is about, like, it's balanced for you to have fun, of course, but the game is trying to kill you all the time. It's not a player versus player thing where the game is neutral and who wins, it's up to the players. It's a PvE thing. Like the game is trying to kill you. But they nerfed a lot of stuff. So like the flamethrower got nerfed. A lot of the explosive things got nerfed. And again, people were like nerfs versus not nerfs or buffs or whatever. And people wanted them to change it back, and they couldn't because I guess the whole point of the buff or the nerf was to get ready for another patch, which they can't redo or something. This is a real small team, so they're probably not as technically savvy at what they're doing as someone like a Call of Duty or something like that. So when they make changes, it feels like it's hard for them to go back on them, and they have these big panels like how to change this and we need to do this, and the CEO quit so he could go back to being a manager or something like that, which to me people say is like a positive thing, but to me it just sounds like they don't know as much about their craft as you would expect like a big company to, because they're not a big company. Like if you patch something and it's broken, it shouldn't take a month to unpatch it when it's like something like the damage of fire in the game. Like you patched it in a week, you can't unpatch it. I don't know. It's just a weird way they've built the game. So right now the game is in a place where people are, again, talking about the balance and how it's not fun when they make stuff so much harder, and the weapons aren't as cool when you build into like speccing this one build for a weapon. To me it's like, if you don't like the way the game's playing, go play something. There's so much to play, so much to do.
Yeah, I feel like there's stuff to play. Come back after a patch or something like that. I feel like people kind of got up their butts for this, but like, you know, sometimes they have bad balance. I mean, I feel like that's just kind of how games go. So,
especially like this is what a live service game is like. I think that's what people like. It's not Elden Ring, and I kind of wish Elden Ring were kind of more live. So I was playing the DLC, and the DLC's fun and great. But you know what it doesn't have enough of? Like they've got these amazing areas. Like they've spent so much time on this map with these, like everywhere you stand and look, it's like a freaking painting from the heavens or something. But one of the best things of the base game, there's so many dungeons and caves and mausoleums and all this stuff. And the DLC, I think I've counted like 10. It's just not enough. There's not enough of the cool stuff. I wish that game were live service where they just add, this week there's an extra 2 or 3 dungeons added here or there or whatever. But when you have games like that, they're like never the same. Every month it's going to be different. It's going to evolve here and there. So yeah, the balance, people aren't liking it. They'll get it at some point, but it is a really small team with a very large player base. And I mean, we knew it was going to happen because it was happening like 2 months ago and 3 months ago. So I haven't played it in maybe 6 weeks, 2 months or something like that. But I'll go back and see how it is and play again. It just,
Yeah, I'll go back.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's just balancing. When people leave, they'll balance it so people come back. That's how it works. All right, Mom, you're quiet over there.
I was just catching up with the game. I hadn't cracked it open either. So,
did you crack open your Buckshot Roulette game? They added a lot of stuff to that. There's a whole story mode.
Yeah.
Oh, let me try it. I will.
Okay, I'll have to update it for you.
Okay. That'll be fun.
Well, all right. I think that's all the news. Okay. Well,
are we playing the game or are you cutting this off?
We'll do a game next time.
Next time. Okay. Let's see if you can join me for my international destination.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to the show, guys. You guys got any recommendations for the peoples?
Go ahead and pre-order Marvel vs. Capcom. The
collection.
What's it called? The collection comes out in November. I only say that because after playing 2XKO, I was like, yeah, this game's really fun. And I was like, no, I think tag fighters are really fun. Which 2XKO is still fun, but it's that formula that's really good. So that's why I recommend. Also recommend if you really you're like, dang, dude, I'm not doing really good. Watch some Love After Lockup. You'll feel right. You'll feel fine. You'll think you're back on the right track. But yeah, no, that's all I got this time.
All right. Mom?
I recommend not watching Trap. Also, I recommend taking a view of Average Joe. And finally, I was inspired on my way over here. I think everyone should take a walk down Motown Lane. Very great songs, but there was one that they played this morning. Edwin Starr, hadn't heard it in a while. And the relevancy of all those songs, even Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, and Gladys Knight, Friendship Train. But this one, Edwin Starr, War. Good God. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. I think everybody should listen to that song. Great song. Very relevant. Set you on fire. Get your day started. That's my recommendation.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Got me going.
My recommendation is to listen to the next podcast, okay? So,
please.
Thanks for listening.
Please.
Don't do that.
We have feelings.
Bye. We'll hear you next time. Bye.
See ya.
You know that war song? I heard the Russians are playing that to the Ukrainians who busted through the border.
That would have been a good joke.
They're like, stop it, guys.
Are you sure we stopped recording? You do like to keep that going.
Okay.
That's funny.